Hey everyone, I'm going to do an anma routine today. I woke up this morning and imagine my surprise, I had a food hangover. Yeah, a food hangover. So I just felt sluggish and almost kind of a little bit stiff and in pain. So I thought, I'm gonna do the anma, and I can tell you in like 10 minutes, I felt so much better. So I wanted to share the routine with you and also throw in a couple little tidbits about how to use the anma with the aura lift. And I was excited because about a couple weeks ago, I did a video and I will post it on the YouTube talking about these patches. And these are alivida patches, and it's a little tiny patch. I'm going to show you that goes on an acupuncture point. So it's about the size of a quarter, and it goes on an acupuncture point, and you wear it at night. And it reduces oxidative stress in the skin. And this is something that if you watch the video, it will be under benefits of alivida patches and skincare. But the company sent me some of their products. So I'm super excited to try the products because I did review them, and they really have a list of great ingredients. And some of the things really restore the skin barrier. So I'm going to use the night lotion, but the kit comes with a day lotion, a night lotion, and a 30-day supply of these patches. And the results are fairly visible in the first month. So I'm just going to spread this on my skin and start using the anma. I'm even going to put it on my chest. So it's the holidays and it's easy to get stressed. And I've talked about it several times that emotion registers on our face. Fascia is kind of like the buffer of the emotions. So, something we could see somebody we don't quite like, or we're anxious to see, or a mother could make a comment that you remember when you were 13, or everything just kind of triggers our face. And we're so programmed to keep this pleasant appearance that sometimes we just get a tension in our temples and we feel this tension in the back. So let's just start by, you can see where my dog scratched me the other morning. Let's just start kind of really opening up underneath those collarbones. And I love to do that. And if you feel any sensitivity in this area, a lot of times this is lymphatic. So I want you just to kind of brush away this lymph. And now we're going to start into that neck area. For me, my neck is really just tight. I hold so much tension in my jaw, and just holding tension in my jaw affects my temporalis muscles, and it even comes back to my traps. So I'm just going to start really moving the anma up and down. And where I do feel the tenderness, I kind of lighten the pressure, but I really kind of want to work through the tenderness and kind of open up this area, warming up the tissue, flushing stuff down. So really kind of going up. I'm going to hit that trap back in here. You should probably put your hair in a ponytail. I couldn't find a ponytail holder, a house of 1,000 ponytail holders, and there wasn't one before this video. Anyway, so I love to do around the traps. And then I'm going to go right up underneath here, right under that jaw. So you have your jaw bone, then you can kind of put your thumb in there. I'm going to take those little fingers and I'm just going to like do a quarter little move. It's right under here. Now let's do the next side. So the pressure that I'm using, remember how I talk about pressures 1, 2, and 3? So 1 is just ever so lightly. It's just like I'm just brushing the skin. See how it's barely moving that tissue? 2, I'm kind of brushing that tissue all along the muscle. 3, I'm indenting and moving. So you can definitely see. So I'm using like a 2, and I'm just really trying to warm up this whole area. Underneath. You know, if you look below, I'm going to post a diagram of lymph, and you're going to see, like, you know how the doctor would always kind of feel under here if your lymphatic glands were a little swollen, or sometimes under here in this area. So if we have a really tight neck, sometimes the lymph just can't flow as freely as it'd like. So we're just going to go all in that area. And then let's just do that little move again. So I'm just going to go right underneath here, putting the little fingers right in that crevice. And it's just like a little thing here. I love this. And you might even feel, even if your glands are a tiny bit swollen, a little bit of tenderness. So drink lots and lots of water to move that all through. And then we kind of go in here. I find under here can get quite tight. So I love to get underneath that chin area, kind of where that gobbler is, little turkey neck. I can feel the difference. And the difference that I'm feeling is, so I can go, but when it starts to get a little tender, there's a lot of adhesion right here. So I'm really just going to work this area, but not super tight. I just want to bring some blood flow in there, and I'll address it over time. Now we're going to take the handle, and let's just kind of take off this to the side. So I hope you can stay the whole video, because afterwards I'm going to be going over some Black Friday specials that I'm super excited about, whether you're a professional or you're looking for a fun gift to give some of your friends, maybe your book club. And now I'm just going to do the sides of the face, which I always love, just to kind of open this up. And everybody has this little area, just this starting of this, like, we all go like this, like, oh, look how young I look. And then we go, oh, I guess I'm not so young. This little puffiness in here. Some of it's skin, okay? But some of it is lymph. So don't go crazy. I'm using about a 1. I'm literally feel like I'm just jiggling it to just kind of disperse whatever's caught in there. And this area is a tough space. I don't want to paint the picture that the anma is the answer to get rid of all of this, okay? We get quite a bit of bone loss in this jaw area, and then we get fat loss, and that does create little pillowings of skin. So we can do what we can do and minimize the dramatic look of the lymph, but then just kind of gently push this to the side. You will notice some change because we are kind of waking up the tissue and it's plumping naturally. Then, you know, maybe if it's a real issue, you could always kind of look into microneedling. But the one thing that I love about these alivida patches is it restores the health and vitality of the cell. So doing microneedling actually is more effective on a cell that isn't in the state of oxidative stress or lipid peroxidation. But I will address the patches at another call. So you see, I'm just kind of swishing, and I'm still just getting just a really nice tone. And I'm telling you, I'm going back and forth, but I'm using a very light, not heavy. I just really want to bring in some circulation and loosen up some stuff. Now next, we're going to do a little fascia release. I'm going to go ahead and clear the lymph. I love to anchor when I'm using the anma because I'm not pulling the skin back. I actually have a little bit of resistance, and the move is far more purposeful than random. I can already start feeling all of my sinuses draining right now. All right, so the next move, and this is really kind of one of my favorites. I like to anchor on top or bottom. So I'm gonna anchor on top, but you can hold it any way that's most comfortable for you. So I'm gonna anchor here, and I'm gonna place this right under here, and I'm going to kind of, I have this up. Now I'm gonna pull my wrist down. So it's kind of a turning of a jar. So I'm gonna pull down, and I'm going to pull up. I definitely feel a resistance here. And I'm going to hold till my fingers start moving. And sometimes this can be a minute. So you're not doing it wrong if it takes a long time. And the reason that I'm doing this is I'm really releasing the tension and the strain from the neck and the jawline that pulls our jaw down. So I like to think of my fingers kind of dragging along the resistance that I'm creating. And you may feel your ear pop, you may feel, you know, that you need to swallow, or you may feel like a release even in the back, because you need to remember fascia, you know, covers from the very top of our head to our feet. And so we don't always know what that restriction is tied to. So it's just, I know it's kind of like watching paint dry, watching me do this, but I want to give you an example of what it can be like. And as you start moving, don't get so caught up in, am I moving or is it the fascia releasing? Just go with it. Just go with the flow. Don't overthink it. And I just love how this just kind of comes up. Next, I'm going to kind of anchor again right in that area. You can see right there, that little puffy space right there is what it is. I'm going to go under, I'm going to roll down, and I'm going to go up. I got to tell you, this skincare has rice bran oil in it and an algae oil. Has a vitamin C. It's really just a nice product. And I don't talk about MLM products very often. This is what this is, but the quality is pretty phenomenal. I'm super intrigued with the patches and have been using the patches now since I had that neogen plasma treatment in May. Oh, that was a great release. I could really feel that release up there, even though I was anchoring down here. So I love this area, you know, when it comes down, and if you look at some of my videos from before, I really had a lot of that. Now, I try 1,001 things, so I can't tell you, was it the aura lift? Is it the anma? Is it the fascial stretch? I probably would say it's probably all three, and microcurrent to boot. But I'm going to anchor here. I'm going to hold right here, and I'm just going to pull up. Now, you guys keep doing that, but I want to show you when you have the aura lift in, you can also do it because it's great for when your chin is really tight. I don't want to make this video super long. So I want you to continue to do the other side in the same way. You're not going to release your whole mouth and the tension in your mouth in one treatment, okay? But I promise you, if you continually do this, you will start to restore the natural balance and placement of the lips. But let's go underneath the jaw because I have this new routine and I'm so dang excited about it. You know, in several videos ago, I showed you one of the best eye lifts with microcurrent. Well, I was doing a client the other day and I just realized I needed to do something a little bit different and I would love the result I got. So I'm excited to share it with you. So we're going to start underneath the eye like we do. And I'm literally just using a 1, okay? And again, remember, I'm dragging against the resistance. And the moment I feel the resistance move, I move my fingertips, okay? So this is great because I can tell it's already releasing fascia and my sinuses because I almost want to sneeze, which today is just like politically incorrect, right? So do this at home, not in public. All right, and you're going to hold. And now I'm going to go deep right on the bone because you have an insert here and an origin, and that's what brings our cheeks back. See, I'm smiling. This muscle isn't moving, but this muscle is. So this is the origin, this is the insert. Its job is to anchor. This job is to bring up. It inserts the muscle to lift. So, but do you see how even just doing that, how hyper my zygomatic and my orbicularis oculi are? They're just super aggressively used. It's all that smiling I do. So I'm going to just push this down. Now, so you can see it's kind of red. Don't freak out. If you just really have not done a lot, you may get red. The redness will dissipate. However, there's always a caveat. If you are really cupritos or you have really red, ruddy skin, do this much more lighter. I don't want you to go deep. And if you question it, please send me a photo to byjanemann@gmail.com and then I will give you my opinion. So there I go. And I'm just, oh my gosh, it's so tender almost just going on this. And now I'm going to go up over the corrugator. So your corrugator muscles kind of here, right? And your orbicularis oculi comes up here. So the two kind of meet, but if you just run your finger over it, many times that muscle is really tender. So I'm going to go this way. I'm going to anchor. I'm going to go over, and then I'm going to lift, and I'm going to go back over. I'm going to lift and go back over. And then I kind of put the corner of the anma in, lift, and then start again. Kind of brush ever so gently. I love this move. Now, if you have that real tissuey eyes, it's very, very thin, and it's very common as we get older. I want you to, I'm going to go down, go ever so lightly. In fact, you might even consider using your fingers. Now I'm going to lift up. Nice. I'm going to go over that corrugator. It's tender, it hurts. I use these eye muscles so much. I'm lifting up. I'm pulling down, going back over, and lengthening. I'm telling you, it's like, oh, it feels amazing. So we've done our eyes. Then I want you to just do this again, really lightly, all the way up. And I want you to think lightly, we're not digging in this. And this actually feels very good. And then right up in this hairline, just like you're coloring, you're scribbling in a line. And this one, I want you to take to like a 2 or a 3. This little area right in this frontalis section, you can almost start to feel a little bit of a ridge. Just going in. And now let's just go all the way back. All in that scalp. And then you can finish. The anma is one of the most versatile tools I can imagine. Just keep following and I'll keep throwing out some various videos on how to use it. You can mix and match the videos. There's no right or wrong way to use it. I just try to explain some of the whys behind the movements I like to do. But let's get to the special, okay? First off, we have a 10-pack that we sell, 5 pink and 5 green. And for Black Friday, we're doing 2 for you. So now you're getting the green and pink, but you're also getting 2 for you in kind of our other packaging that you can use as demos, or you can maybe give it to a special client, stocking stuffer, anything like that. So that's one thing that's super exciting. And then we also now have, for those of you ordering individuals, we have a gift with purchase, and you can find that on the internet, but I think there's a cleanser and a moisturizer and a lip balm. And that comes with either the green or pink. And you can find those deals at Byjanemann.com. If you're curious about the alivida, look up the video I loaded, and you can kind of hear the training that I did on this, why I feel it is so important. And we'll be interviewing the creator next Friday, or this coming Friday, I guess, a week from today at 11 a.m. And I will be posting that video if you're even more curious about that. Until the next video, remember, you are beautiful. It is about you and taking time for you. Thanks again and have a great holiday.